This is Micah Duncan. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on Pioneer Digital Network.
And we welcome you back inside the Carter Activity Center. Well, for those who did not watch our women's contest, welcome. We're glad to have you with us. This is Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network. I'm Dustin Seymour, the Crowley's Ridge College Sports Information Director, getting set for today's back half of the doubleheader between the Haskell Indian Nations University Fighting Indians and the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneers. It is a Continental Athletic Conference matchup today between the purple and gold and the green and gray. Crowley's Ridge comes into the day 2-16 on the season, 0-2 in league play. Haskell 3-10 overall, 2-1 in CAC play. Looking at the point differential, Crowley's Ridge averages 72.1 points a game. Haskell 64 points per game. From the floor, Crowley's Ridge shoots 42%, Haskell 34%. Crowley's Ridge from long range will average 6 3-pointers a game. Haskell averages 8.7. So again, Crowley's Ridge's numbers are looking a lot better than they did at the beginning of the season. Just not being able to, they're getting better against better teams. So the last few games have been close games, but against really good teams. And so it's just unfortunate for Crowley's Ridge that they've drawn the short straw on those games and find themselves on the losing end. From the charity stripe, Crowley's Ridge 70%, Haskell 66.5. Rebounds, Haskell averages 34 boards a game. Crowley's Ridge 31.9. 16.7 assists for CRC per game, 11.5 for Haskell. Crowley's Ridge averages turning the ball over 16 times a game. Haskell 14 times a game. Crowley's Ridge will steal it away 5.7 times a game. Haskell 6.2. Both teams even at 1.7 blocks per game. Crowley's Ridge 1 for 4 in their last 5 games, starting 2022 off with a big win over Welsh. Final score of 92-59, getting their second win of the year, making them 2-14 before falling to Northern New Mexico in their Continental Athletic Conference opener, falling to the Eagles of NNMU by a final score of 90-74. Before scoring 74 again against Iowa Wesleyan. Unfortunately for Crowley's Ridge, Iowa Wesleyan scored 78 in that game. So Crowley's Ridge coming off of a pair of league losses. Haskell is also 1-4 in their last 5 games, defeating Bacone in a barn burner 105-103 back on December 4th. That was their second league game, making them 1-1. Then they fell in their second game to Florida College, who's receiving votes in the latest NAIA poll. Florida College defeating the Fighting Indians 123-73. And then last playing at Kaiser. Haskell has not been home in a very long time. Their last 6 games, and probably more. I just have their last 5 on my score sheet. And making them 3-10 overall, led by head coach Matthew Downing in his 7th season, a University of Maryland alum, the former Terrapin at the helm. He is assisted by Mac Brown, and manager is Gage Chambers. Crowley's Ridge on the other side, led by Coach Chris Perkins in his 15th year, assisted by Logan Nutt in his 2nd, and Griffin Hogue is the student assistant. We are waning the final seconds off of the pregame activities. We're going to send it down to public address, who will have our pregame prayer and national anthem. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for Haskell Indian Nations University and Crowley's Ridge College. This is Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network. And we welcome you back inside the Carter Activity Center. I'm Dustin Seymour. Starting lineups first for Coach Downing's Fighting Indians. Ira Black Bear is a freshman out of Beggs, Oklahoma, averaging 9 points a game. Kobe Jordan, a sophomore debutante. The Lady Fighting Indians had a pair of debutantes. Kobe Jordan will get the start wearing number 5. Camden Sekakwaptua is a freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona, averaging 4 points a game, shooting 83% from the charity stripe. Xavier Littlehead, leading scorer, leading blocker, and leading rebounder for the Fighting Indians, averaging 12.7 points a game. 38 long balls for the senior out of Lame Deer, Montana. And then Matthew Anderson, wearing number 45, the sophomore out of Missoula, Montana, averages 7.3 points per game. So it's Ira Black Bear, Kobe Jordan, Camden Sekakwaptua, Xavier Littlehead, and Matthew Anderson. Those are the starters for Coach Matthew Downing in his 7th season at the helm of the Fighting Indians, who find themselves sitting at 3-10 on the year, 2-1 in Continental Athletic Conference play. For Coach Chris Perkins, Braxton Cousins, Bo Roberson will get the start for the Pioneers, averaging 18.8 points per game, standing at 6'1", 170 pounds. Marion McFadden, 6'4", out of UA Casatat is the sophomore. Marion McFadden, 8.7 points a game for the Pioneers. J.D. Smith is a 6'1" freshman out of North Little Rock, averaging 11 points a game, is J.D. Smith. Key Roberson, a 6'4" sophomore out of Tuckerman, weighing in at 280 pounds, is Key Roberson. And then Isaiah Ellenberg, the former Ridgefield Warrior, standing at 6'4", 195 pounds for the freshman. So Bo Roberson, Marion McFadden, J.D. Smith, Key Roberson, and Isaiah Ellenberg. Our men in the striped shirts today, Anthony Smith, Frederick Gibson, and Landon Marshall. Crowley's Ridge in their home grays, gray tops, gray trunks. Haskell in gold jerseys, purple numerals. Gorgeous jerseys for the Haskell Indian Nations University Fighting Indians. At the center dot is Ellenberg and Jordan. Ball is in the air. Ellenberg didn't even try for it, and it's going to go towards the Haskell Indian Nations University Fighting Indians. Xavier Littlehead on the far wing moves to his right side. Ira Black Bear to the left side now. Sekakwaptua's three-pointer on the way, short. Rebounded by Bo Roberson. Three-pointer coming from Key Roberson. Yes, sir. And the Pioneers start off with a bang. A three-pointer for the sophomore, Key Roberson. Shot is up and no good. Isaiah Ellenberg gets the rebound for the Pioneers. Crowley's Ridge moving right to left. Key Roberson for another three. Yes, sir. Key Roberson, back-to-back long balls. And just like that, it's 6-0 in favor of Crowley's Ridge College. Black Bear to the left side. Sekakwaptua to the top of the key. Littlehead for a long three-pointer. That is good. It is all three-pointers today. Crowley's Ridge. Back-to-back threes from Key Roberson. Xavier Littlehead knocking down the three for Haskell. Bo Roberson from the left block, up and good. It is now 8-3 in favor of the hosting Pioneers. Outside, here's Littlehead for another long three. That's short. Bo Roberson almost had the rebound. Instead, here is Ira Black Bear. And that is taken away by Marion McFadden. McFadden on the far wing. Goes to Key Roberson. Roberson for three again. Why not? Missed the shot. Sekakwaptua gets the board. Camden Sekakwaptua goes outside to Littlehead. Littlehead to Black Bear. Black Bear, Sekakwaptua for three. Yes. Haskell back-to-back three-pointers from Xavier Littlehead and Camden Sekakwaptua. J.D. Smith finds McFadden. Now Bo Roberson on the near wing. Moves now to Marion McFadden on the far side. McFadden finds Ellenberg. Posting up on the right block. Now goes out to Bo Roberson for three. Way short. He will say it was a pass to J.D. Smith, I'm sure. Unfortunately, it will go in the books as a missed three-pointer. And it will be Haskell ball. Interesting thing about Haskell, you must either be registered with a tribal nation to attend or have at least 1/4 blood of somebody who is from a recognized tribe, as the layup is up and in for Haskell, making it 8-8. So an interesting thing, there's my counterpart from Haskell, Agent McCormick, sent me along their tribal affiliations. That's not something you see every day with I get their last school, I get their hometown tribal affiliations coming for the men's squad as Sequoia, who is a member of the Hopi and Navajo tribe, knocks down a three-pointer. It is now 11-8. J.D. Smith has the ball on the near wing. Goes to the right side, now to Marion McFadden. Going to find J.D. Smith, back to McFadden at the top of the key. McFadden moves right then left with the left hand and up and in. It is 11-10. Crowley's Ridge down to the Fighting Indians, 11-10. Black Bear finding Anderson. Anderson back to Black Bear, heaves it out to Jordan. Jordan thought about the three-pointer. Instead, he'll be fouled by J.D. Smith. J.D. Smith whistled with the first foul. 16:24 left in the opening half. Littlehead takes the inbound to Black Bear. Black Bear moves into the lane. Shot is up, no good. Key Roberson will get the board for the green and the gray. Marion McFadden finds Isaiah Ellenberg. Back to Key Roberson. Now to J.D. Smith on the far wing. J.D. Smith finds Ellenberg at the free throw line. Plants, shoots. That is no good. Black Bear gets the board. Quickly down the floor is Kobe Jordan. Now finding Anderson. Anderson up and in. It is 13-10 in favor of Haskell Indian Nations University. Bo Roberson with the ball. To Key Roberson. Finds Bo. Bo to the top of the key to McFadden. McFadden head fakes the three, picks up his dribble, now goes out to J.D. Smith, whose three-pointer is right on the money. Yes, sir, J.D. Smith, and he ties the game, 13-all. 15:20 left to play. Matthew Anderson underneath and lays it up and in from the right block. J.D. Smith takes the inbound. E. Roberson having a word with the official, making sure everything's being squared away underneath. J.D. Smith to Key. To Marion McFadden. Out to Bo Roberson. Bo puts it into second gear. Now out to Ellenberg. Ellenberg from 15 feet. Rattles out. Bo Roberson there to tip it in. And the Pioneers take a 15-13 lead. 14:45 left in the half. Black Bear outside to Littlehead. Xavier Littlehead likes to shoot it from very deep, and apparently he's very good at shooting it from very deep, as he's knocked down 40 on the season after 2 today. Xavier Littlehead makes it 18-15. Member of the Northern Cheyenne and Navajo tribes. And a layup from Marion McFadden. No good. Littlehead gets the board. Xavier Littlehead finds Kobe Jordan to the right side to Ira Black Bear. Black Bear back to Littlehead. Now to Anderson. Anderson's going to hand off to Sequoia. Now up top to Littlehead. Littlehead with 13 on the timer, and Littlehead will be fouled. Marion McFadden whistled with the infraction there. And that'll bring us to our first break with 14:03 left to play before the break. Crowley's Ridge down to the Fighting Indians, 18-15. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I think it's just vapor.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them.
right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous.
5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
This is Key Roberson, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Welcome back inside the Carter Activity Center. Same starting five for both teams heading out. Correction, no. Teal Soaring Eagle will enter to replace Sekakwaptua. Inbound finds Ira Black Bear. Black Bear on the far side picks up a screen from Anderson. Anderson goes to Soaring Eagle to the top of the key to Jordan, and there'll be an offensive foul whistled on Teal Soaring Eagle. So the offensive foul gives the ball back to Crowley's Ridge. Isaiah Ellenberg having to retie the shoe. And we're back underway. J.D. Smith takes the inbound. J.D. Smith, bounce pass down to Ellenberg. Ellenberg spinning off the defender, lays it up and in. Good move, Isaiah Ellenberg, to put the Pioneers back on top, 17-16. Soaring Eagle, hands off to Black Bear. Anderson rounds to Littlehead. Littlehead drifts to his right side, the bounce pass to Black Bear. Black Bear lays it up and in. Back and forth we go. And the early goings of this contest, 13 minutes left to go. Marion McFadden on the near wing. Pass to Key Roberson, and he's blocked by Anderson. New player will enter, Trey Gaines, a freshman guard out of Beggs, Oklahoma. Inbound goes to Isaiah Ellenberg, and Ellenberg miscontrolled the alley-oop. And so it's going to go right into the hands of the Fighting Eagles. Three-pointer, or a long two-pointer rather, from Kobe Jordan, misses the shot in his debut game. Bo Roberson on the near wing. Goes out to Marion McFadden. Great behind-the-back dribble from McFadden. And then lays it in. McFadden breaking ankles. And B.J. Johnson readying to enter for his Crowley's Ridge debut. You might have heard his teammates start to cheer. And Littlehead's going to step on the sideline. And just like that, B.J. Johnson, the freshman out of Marion, Arkansas, will make his collegiate debut. Replacing Key Roberson. J.D. Smith takes the inbound from Bo Roberson. Marion McFadden goes to the right side, finding J.D. Smith. Isaiah Ellenberg back to Smith. Smith plants and shoots off the low post. No good. Rebounded by Soaring Eagle. Soaring Eagle going to find Gaines. Gaines underneath, lays it up, lays it in. And the Fighting Indians take a 20-19 lead. Johnson out to McFadden. McFadden plants and shoots from 20 feet. No good. Rebound by Gaines. Gaines outlets to Black Bear. Black Bear to Littlehead. Littlehead easily lays it in. Great give and go from Gaines to Littlehead. And Haskell takes a 22-19 lead. B.J. Johnson underneath. Tried to get the shot up. It is blocked. Littlehead gets the rebound. Pass is unsuccessful. And that'll bring us to our second media break. With 10:53 left, it'll be Crowley's Ridge basketball, with Crowley's Ridge trailing Haskell Indian Nations University 24-19. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now, it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is JD Smith. You listen to Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Welcome back to today's broadcast between Crowley's Ridge College and Haskell Indian Nations University. Fighting Indians currently lead at 24-19 over the Crowley's Ridge Pioneers. A new name on the floor for the Pioneers you may be unfamiliar with, B.J. Johnson. 6'4" forward out of Marion, the former Patriot. Johnson with the basketball, quickly double teamed, and that's going to go off the hands of Xavier Littlehead, so Crowley's Ridge will keep possession. Isaiah Ellenberg having an issue with the shoes, having to retie them for the second time tonight. Bo Roberson calls for motion between the circles, looks to his right to J.D. Smith. Pioneers down midway through the half, 24-19. Johnson off the right elbow going out to McFadden. McFadden to the left side. 3 on the shot clock. Shot is up from Bo Roberson. Three-pointer. Yes, sir. Just like that, Bo Roberson ties this up at 22 apiece. Action is 24-22. I didn't mark the last Haskell bucket. And we will have a foul off the ball that is called on Trey Gaines. So it is indeed 24-22. Crowley's Ridge will have the basketball. Both teams a pair of fouls to start the game. Well, it was halfway through the game, halfway through the first half, rather. So it gets to be a quarter of the way through the game. J.D. Smith looks to his right side to Bo Roberson. Back to Smith, who pulls up for 3. Yes, sir! Crowley's Ridge lining him up and knocking him down from long. 5 for 7 for Trey. Brian Strom in for the Fighting Indians. Strom plants and pulls up for his own three-pointer. No good. B.J. Johnson gets the rebound. Roberson to McFadden. And that pass is going to be tipped out by Gaines. So it'll stay Pioneer ball, leading by 1. Isaiah Ellenberg goes down to B.J. Johnson. Johnson back to Smith to Roberson. Back to Smith. Smith pulls up. Good. J.D. Smith plants and shoots. Crowley's Ridge shooting very well today. 10 of 20 from the floor. Marion McFadden closely guarding Soaring Eagle. To Anderson, who looks to his right side to Soaring Eagle. Soaring Eagle plants and shoots in the lane. That's no good because B.J. Johnson draws the foul. Back-to-back offensive boards, or offensive fouls, rather, by Teal Soaring Eagle. 2 charges for the freshman out of White Swine, Washington, and so he will exit as Ira Blackbear returns for the gold and purple, I'll have to say, since they're primarily gold in their men's uniforms. J.D. Smith will cross the timeline, work off of his man. Bounce pass to Bo Roberson. To McFadden to Smith on the near wing. Smith moves to his right side to B.J. Johnson, and Johnson will dribble off of his foot, and it rolls out of bounds. Key will re-enter to replace Ellenberg. So it's Key Roberson, Bo Roberson, Marion McFadden, B.J. Johnson, and J.D. Smith for Crowley's Ridge. Xavier Littlehead, Ira Blackbear, Brian Strom, Matthew Anderson, and Trey Gaines for Haskell as Anderson goes in and lays it up to make it a 1-point game. J.D. Smith and the Pioneers leading 27-26 with 8:11 left to play in the half. McFadden drives into the lane, now out to J.D. Smith, who plants and shoots a three-pointer. No good. B.J. Johnson getting his debut points as he gets the offensive board and lays it in. So B.J. Johnson makes it 29-26. Matthew Anderson closely guarded by Johnson, and Anderson will walk with it. Crowley's Ridge takes over. But on the other side of the media break with 7:44 left to play, it'll be Crowley's Ridge basketball with the Pioneers ahead 29-26. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario McFadden, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Fighting Indians showing full court pressure after the turnover. Bo Roberson takes the inbound. Crowley's Ridge were given fits by the pressure put on by Iowa Wesleyan, and it shows just that as the Indians with a scoop and a score, stealing it away and then laying it up and in. Did Brian Strom, and another steal, this time by Ira Blackbear, who misses the layup, gets his own offensive board, and then is fouled. So Crowley's Ridge, 2 games in a row, very difficult time breaking the press, back-to-back giveaways, passing it right into the hands of the opposition. And this time, J.D. Smith will get called for his second foul, sending Ira Blackbear to the charity stripe for 2. First free throw is up and good. And Blackbear, member of the Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes, knocks down the first. Alex Carter, Solomon Bone, and Trent McGowan enter for CRC. Second free throw, Blackbear, a 70% free throw shooter, misses the back iron. So we're tied at 29. AC, Alex Carter with the ball. Finds McGowan, who heaves it across, finding Key Roberson. Finally crossing the timeline. Carter to Roberson on the near wing. Roberson plants and throws it right into the hands of Gaines. Back-to-back-to-back turnovers by the Pioneers, but this one for naught as Trent McGowan gets the rebound. Give and go from Johnson to Carter. Back to Johnson, and one. So Carter finds a cutting B.J. Johnson, and Johnson lays it in. Pioneers ahead 31-29 rather. That foul called on Matthew Anderson, who picks up his first. So B.J. Johnson with a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play. Getting into a rhythm. Shot is up and in. It's always fun to see everybody's, everybody has their ritual to shoot a free throw. It's fun to see it connect like that. Ira Black Bear underneath. Believe that might have been blocked by Solomon Bone. Fresh haircut for the junior. It'll stay Haskell ball. The inbound goes to Anderson. Anderson back to Sekekwaptua. Outside to Littlehead. Littlehead plants for three. No. And that's going to hit the top of the scoreboard, grazing the shot clock, which is dead ball. Crowley's Ridge will have possession. Bone inbounds to McGowan. McGowan very closely guarded by Black Bear. Has to heave it off, but there will be a foul. When you turn up that pressure, foul called on Ira Black Bear. The freshman gets his first foul, and Haskell up to 5 in the half. Coach Downing trying to plead that his hands were straight up. Man in the striped shirt believed differently. Back in is Kobe Jordan. And the inbound is tipped by Strom, but into the hands of Carter. Now to Bone. Bone will pass to find Key Roberson for three. That's going to be off the right iron. Johnson with the rebound. B.J. Johnson muscles it up. What a move by the freshman in his first game in green and gray. Down low is Strom. Strom is up, misses his shot. Johnson with the rebound. Boy, the player of the half so far is B.J. Johnson. 5 boards, 7 points. Trent McGowan at the top of the key finds Johnson, who hands it right back to McGowan. McGowan out to Bone. Bone moves to his left side, and that was stolen away. And we will have a foul. Whistled on Key Roberson. And now Solomon Bone's having shoelace issues. You need to get those stretchy shoelaces that, you don't have to tie. 5:49 left to play before recess. Crowley's Ridge leading 34-29. The inbound from Brian Strom is in front of the Crowley's Ridge bench. And he finds Ira Black Bear. Black Bear drifts to his right side. Sekekwaptua's pass goes to find Jordan. Jordan to Littlehead. Now Sekekwaptua on the far wing. The pass finds Black Bear. Now Littlehead. Littlehead head fakes the three. Goes inside, and a foul on Solomon Bone. Solomon Bone commits the infraction, making it 34-29. Still 5 fouls each. Losing control of it was Strom, and Alex Carter will get credited with the steal. Former South Lamar Stallion will draw the foul. This time from Brian Strom. So Strom having a tough possession, turning it over and then committing a foul. Trent McGowan will inbound, finding Key Roberson. Alex Carter. A spin pass down to Johnson. B.J. Johnson posts up, fadeaway, no good. Trent McGowan gets the board. McGowan with a fadeaway as his own, no good. B.J. Johnson, board bucket. B.J. Johnson makes it 36-29. Outside to Sekekwaptua. Black Bears between the circles now for Haskell. Jordan, Littlehead. Littlehead stutter steps, passes to Strom. His three-pointer nowhere close. B.J. Johnson with his 7th rebound. 1 point, 3 rebounds away from a first half debut double-double. Trent McGowan on the near wing. Finds Solomon Bone underneath, wide open. Bone buckets it to make it 38-29, and that's going to force a Haskell timeout. We'll take it with him. 4:28 left to play. It'll be a full timeout by Haskell. Pioneers lead it 38-29. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. That's right. They can help save lives by simply washing their hands. Just 20 seconds of thorough hand washing after they've coughed or sneezed or been outside can help fight against the dastardly spread of germs. Armed with only soap and water and hands, your superhero can protect you, your family, and everyone out there in America land. Amazing! Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is Solomon Bone, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back to the Carter Activity Center. Crowley's Ridge College ahead of the Haskell Fighting Indians by 9. It's 38-29. It'll be Haskell ball to start things off out of the timeout by Haskell. Black Bear working as the point for the purple and gold. Black Bear getting a screen from Jordan. Now moving to his left side to Littlehead. To Gaines. Gaines wildly flings it to Sekekwaptua, and Sekekwaptua's foot was on the sideline. Crowley's Ridge will have possession out of the turnover. 4:07 left in the half. Carter takes the inbound. No look pass to Bo Roberson. To Key. Back to Bo. And that is up. Could have been a goaltend. Coach Perkins is vying for the goaltend, but the referee saying didn't look like it. And in the process, wide open underneath was Gaines, and Trey Gaines scores the layup, making it 29-38. And now 31-38. Couple of giveaways by Crowley's Ridge underneath. Alex Carter passes to McGowan, 38-33. Crowley's Ridge leading. Isaiah Ellenberg underneath with left hand. That's up, that's no good, and that is a goaltend. The shot was laying up, and the player, Kobe Jordan, slapped the backboard as the ball was in the air. If the bucket would have fallen, they would have counted it, but since it didn't, they will call it goaltending. So it is 40-33. Littlehead moves to the right side, back to Jordan, to Black Bear. Driving into the paint, loses control of it. One of the Pioneers might have had a finger on it. Bo Roberson backing off to Key. Thought about the three, goes to Bo. Picked up a screen from Key. Bo looks to his right to McGowan, to Carter. No look pass to Ellenberg. Back to Carter. Carter plants, shoots, buckets. 42-33, final 3 minutes of the half. Outside, Sekekwaptua was open for three. Misses, and the rebound comes down to Gaines. Gaines to Sekekwaptua. His floater is good. 42-35. Bo Roberson weaving his way in and out of traffic. Finds an open Ellenberg. Back to McGowan. McGowan up with the left hand. Missed the shot. And the rebound goes to Black Bear. Black Bear to Littlehead. Littlehead from NBA range. Nails it. Man, Littlehead has no upper limit to his range. All of his three-pointers have been from Lawrence. Trent McGowan has the ball. He finds Key Roberson to a wide-open Ellenberg, who easily lays it in. It is 44-38. Haskell has Trey Gaines with the basketball. Final 2 minutes of play in the half. Gaines works his way across traffic outside to find Xavier Littlehead. Littlehead missed the shot. Here's Bo Roberson, and Roberson is fouled by Sekekwaptua. Sekekwaptua whistle with his first. That'll bring us to our last media break with 1:45 left to play. It'll be the bonus on the other end for Crowley's Ridge College as they lead 44-38. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the Lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of all time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
America, your children have an amazing superpower. They can help save lives by not having play dates. That's right. By replacing get-togethers with virtual playdates and video chats, they can help slow the evil spread of germs. And if your superheroes do go outside, make sure they continue their superhero wing by staying 6 feet away from others to protect everyone in America land. Find out more at coronavirus.gov. A message from the CDC and the Ad Council.
This is Isaiah Ellenberg. You're listening to Crowley Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Welcome back to the Carter Activity Center. Going to line in the bonus is Bo Roberson. After getting instructions from head coach Chris Perkins, Coach Perkins mourning the loss along with the rest of Kentucky basketball fans, the loss of Joe B. Hall. Front half of the 1-1 is good. The late Kentucky basketball coach, always spotted with the game day program, so Coach Perkins asked me if he could have a game day program to roll up and direct traffic with in honor of the late Joe B. Hall. He doesn't have one, though. I gave it to him. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Anderson of Haskell. Streaming down the floor is Trey Gaines. 95 seconds to go in the half. Soaring Eagle, pair of fouls. Goes to the left side, and stolen by B.J. Johnson. Johnson all by himself, and he will slam it home. B.J. Johnson, 11 points in the half in his collegiate debut. Bo Roberson gets the steal. Bo Roberson lays it up with the left hand, missed the shot there to get the board with Littlehead. Littlehead finds an outlet to a wide-open Ira Blackbear who's going to lay it in. 47-40, final minute of play. Marion McFadden's going to have that stolen away. And the pass to Trey Gaines will be too hard, and it's going to go out of bounds. So much ado about nothing as it's Crowley Ridge basketball again after a pair of turnovers, one for each side. McFadden inbounds to Roberson. Roberson has to throw it, finding B.J. Johnson. Johnson to Roberson. Roberson just in front of the timeline, calling for motion from McFadden. Now passes to McFadden. 12 on the shot clock, 37 on the game clock. Marion McFadden on the near wing. Drives inside, shoots, buckets. 49-40, and Coach Perkins wants to take his use it or lose it 30-second timeout with 29 seconds left to go in the half. And so we will take it with him. With 29 seconds left, Crowley Ridge up by 9. It's Crowley Ridge basketball, the Pioneer Digital Network.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance, reminding you that when you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Head coach Chris Perkins, and you're listening to Crowley Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Shot clock is turned off for Haskell by 0.2 of a second. 29.8 seconds. Shot clock would be 30, so they turn it off. Pressure put on by the Pioneers, and it worked to perfection as Marion McFadden intercepts and gives to Bo Roberson. And then a foul whistled. That will be, I believe, Brian Strom is the guilty party there. So 1-1 is Bo Roberson. As Crowley Ridge takes what I like to call a pseudo timeout with a free throw coming. Coach Perkins calls all 4 of his other players into the backcourt to have a quick word with them without having to waste a timeout. Bo Roberson at the line, shooting in the 1-1. First free throw is no good, but for the Pioneers, Coach Perkins got the play call and a quick foul. A foul whistled on Isaiah Ellenberg. His first. I believe that's what Coach Perkins wanted. Stopping the clock with 12.8 seconds left. Anderson exits, Gaines back on for Haskell. Strom inbounds to Black Bear. Black Bear, his heels on the timeline. Final 10 seconds. Black Bear goes back to Littlehead. Littlehead plants and shoots, no good, but there to get the offensive board was Trey Gaines, and that will expire time in the first half of play. Going for the long three-pointer was Xavier Littlehead. Wasn't what the Haskell Indians wanted. They didn't want they wanted the three-pointer. Instead, it goes right into the hands of Trey Gaines, who lays it up and in, and that will end the first 20 minutes of play. Crowley's Ridge College leads at 49-42. We're going to take a pause on the other side, give you halftime stats and analysis as Crowley's Ridge leads it 49-42. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is Alice Carter, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Halftime at the Ridge. Crowley's Ridge College leads at 49-42 over the visiting Haskell Indian Nations University Fighting Indians. Crowley's Ridge 21 of 38 from the floor, shooting 55.3%. Both teams shooting well, both over the half-century mark. Crowley's Ridge 55%, but Haskell shooting 56%. 18 of 32. Both teams 5 three-pointers on the game. Crowley's Ridge 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Haskell 1 for 2. Haskell giving the ball away 11 times, leading to 14 Crowley's Ridge points off the turnover. 8 turnovers for the green and gray, leading to 7 Haskell points. Haskell out-rebounding the Pioneers 16-15. Let's see, assists. Haskell 14, Crowley's Ridge 13. Haskell with 3 blocks, none for Crowley's Ridge. Both teams with 6 steals, so very even down the lines. Haskell even edging Crowley's Ridge in many categories. But the only category that really matters all that much is what's on the scoreboard, and Crowley's Ridge holds the edge in that one, 49-42. Individually, Xavier Littlehead leads all scorers with 13 points, going 3 for 7 from deep. Camden Sekakwaptua also in double digits for the Fighting Indians, 10 points, 2 rebounds. Ira Blackbear has 7 points. Matthew Anderson bucketing 6. Trey Gaines has 4. And Brian Strom has 2. Kobe Jordan and Teal Soaring Eagle played minutes but did not score. Crowley's Ridge had B.J. Johnson with 11 points, 7 rebounds in his debut half. Bo Roberson and J.D. Smith both with 8 points and 3 rebounds. And Marion McFadden, Key Roberson, and Isaiah Ellenberg each bucketing 6 points. Solomon Bone and Alex Carter each hitting their lone field goal attempt. AC has 2 assists on his night. And Trent McGowan, the only Pioneer with minutes but no points. So B.J. Johnson in his first game leading both major statistical categories, 11.7 rebounds. Bo Roberson leads the way with 4 assists. And so, again, with Crowley's Ridge actually trailing in every statistical category, it seems, except points. That's the one that matters. And so you certainly want to keep that up, keep up the high scoring, the high percentage shooting especially. As Crowley's Ridge doing a good job. B.J. Johnson doing a wonderful job in his debut. Bo Roberson and J.D. Smith doing what Bo Roberson and J.D. Smith do, and that is score points, 8 points each. So we're about 10 minutes away from the second half of action. We'll take another extended break before returning for the second half of action. Ladies, already with a game in the books, with Crowley's Ridge falling to Haskell by a final score of 74-55. And so Crowley's Ridge will hope to at least split the day's doubleheader against the Haskell Indian Nations University Fighting Indians. We'll take a timeout. We'll see you in about 10 minutes' time. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
This is Bo Roberson. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And we welcome you back inside the Carter Activity Center, Crowley's Ridge College basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network. Pioneers lead the Haskell Indian Nations University by a score of 48-42. It will be Crowley's Ridge basketball to start off the half, as the Pioneers will now move left to right. As we look at the starters in the second half for Haskell, it is Matthew Anderson, Xavier Littlehead, Cameron Sekakwaptua, Kobe Jordan, and Ira Blackbear. So the same starting five: Blackbear, Jordan, Sekakwaptua, Littlehead, and Anderson. Crowley's Ridge sending out the same starting five, and we're underway in the second half of action as J.D. Smith has the ball for Crowley's Ridge, moving left to right now, joining Bo Roberson and Key Roberson, Isaiah Ellenberg, and Marion McFadden. Smith finds Roberson on the near wing. Now to Key, back to Bo. To Key. Key head fakes the three, 5 seconds left, drives inside, lays it in. Now 51-42 is the Crowley's Ridge lead. Blackbear has the ball around the horn. Now to Sekakwaptua. To Littlehead. Littlehead looks to his right side to Anderson. Anderson can't control the pass, and it's CRC basketball. That ball going into the student center. Usually a couple folks in there playing some ping pong or whatnot, and so hopefully they'll help us. We do have the ball back in the gym. Bo Roberson waits to inbound, finally does. Gets it from Marion McFadden. Full court press by the Fighting Indians. Isaiah Ellenberg back to McFadden. McFadden backs off to Smith. Smith moves to his left side. Calls the play. Marion McFadden to Key Roberson at the top of the key. Now to Bo. Bo Roberson pulls up for a long jumper, no good. McFadden gets the board. Key Roberson thought about the three-pointer, instead will go down low. Here's Isaiah Ellenberg, up and in. Isaiah Ellenberg makes it 53-42. Sekakwaptua looks to his right side. Anderson finds Littlehead. Littlehead going down, finding Blackbear. Blackbear to Anderson, posting up to a cutting Blackbear. Misses the shot, rebounded by Key Roberson. Marion McFadden losing his dribble to Key. Now to Smith to Bo, back to Key. Bo Roberson on the far wing, calls for motion. Goes to the left side to Key. Give and go from Key to Bo. Yes! Almost like they're twins or something. The give and go from Key to Bo. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but it works. So I'm going to call myself a poet for that much. Anderson posting up out to Sekakwaptua. His three-pointer just rattles out. Anderson tried to flick the ball away. Well, did flick the ball away, but a little too much as it goes out of bounds. Sekakwaptua exits, replaced by Trey Gaines. No change for the Pioneers. Marion McFadden hands the ball off to J.D. Smith. Smith crosses the timeline. Finds Key Roberson at the top of the key to Smith. Smith moves to his left side, gets Littlehead to jump, drives up and in. J.D. Smith, 6'1", 180 pounds, not known for his driving capabilities, but he did just that. But quickly down the floor was Ira Blackbear to get the first points of the half for Haskell. And it is now 57-44 in favor of the home team. Marion McFadden lost control of it and knocked it out of bounds. Great job by Xavier Littlehead to cause McFadden to kind of bobble it and lose control. And it's Haskell ball. Blackbear on the far wing. Picks up a screen from Anderson. Bounce pass to Anderson. Anderson is fouled by Roberson. Key Roberson, that is. As Key picks up his second foul of the night. Putting Matthew Anderson of the Blackfeet and Cree tribe. This will be his first free throws of this year. Sophomore out of Missoula, Montana, hits the first. One more to come for Matthew Anderson. Free throw up, free throw good. So Matthew Anderson knocks down both of his first free throws of this season. Marion McFadden finding J.D. Smith for three. No. Rebound goes to Marion McFadden. To Ellenberg. Ellenberg posts up, passes it right to Black Bear. Black Bear, it's 2-on-1 in favor of Crowley's Ridge, and so Bo Roberson's going to block that away. And finally, collecting it is Key Roberson. Now outletting to Bo. Bo, no look pass to Ellenberg. Ellenberg's blocked from behind by Anderson. The bounce pass finds Gaines. Gaines hands off to Anderson. Down low to find an open Jordan. And Jacoby Jordan lays it in. It is now a 9-point game, 57-48. Full court press nearly taken away by the Fighting Indians, and now is taken away by the Fighting Indians. No look pass to Anderson. Anderson to Jordan. Missed the layup, and the rebound taken by Bo Roberson. To Key. Key lowers the shoulder. Now goes back to Bo Roberson. Bo drives into the lane, lays it up and in. Bo Roberson stands at 6'1", but he's got some serious jump and can get some height and got the separation from his man and got the bucket to fall as Bo Roberson makes it 10 points on his night. Up and under is Black Bear. Missed the shot, rebounded by Ellenberg. Bo Roberson breaks the press on the near wing. Goes to Marion McFadden. B.J. Johnson, Trip McGowan ready to enter for the green and gray. Bounce pass to Ellenberg. Out to McFadden. McFadden crossing over. Spinning around. Heaves it out to Smith. Smith plants for three. Yes, sir. J.D. Smith knocks down his third long ball of the night. And Key Roberson is going to tip it out. Key Roberson was afraid that was going to be a foul, but they're just saying it went off of his fingertips. And that brings us to our first timeout of the second half. 14:53 left to play in the game. Crowley's Ridge leading Haskell Indian Nations University 62-48. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song. I love these nachos. I love our kickball league. Oh, I love this guy. What's your name? You know what I'd love? A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam, ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is J.D. Smith. You listen to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
14:53 left to go in this Continental Athletic Conference matchup between the Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College and the Fighting Indians of Haskell Indian Nations University. Inbounding the ball is Brian Strom. Strom's inbound is tipped around by B.J. Johnson, and it goes off the hands of Haskell. So it'll be Crowley's Ridge ball. Bo Roberson. Bounce pass to Key Roberson. Out to McGowan to Solomon Bone. Bone to Key. Now to Bo Roberson. To McGowan. To Key. Wide open for three. No. Back iron. Rebounded by Gaines. Gaines weaves in and out of the lane. On his way to the hoop, he is fouled. He will be fouled by Key Roberson, who picks up his third foul of the afternoon. 2 shots upcoming for Trey Gaines of the Creek Nation, 67.6% free throw shooter, as he hits the first. Teal Soaring Eagle back into the game, replacing Matthew Anderson. Gaines' second free throw is good. Well, Haskell's done well from the charity stripe tonight. And a foul called on Trey Gaines. Here is Trent McCowan to the bounce pass down low to B.J. Johnson, who lays it in. Gaines goes up top to Littlehead. Littlehead thought about a three-pointer, but will go to Jordan. Kobe Jordan outside. Three-pointer coming. No good. That was by Soaring Eagle. Missed the shot. McFadden will inbound. Finds McGowan. McGowan tries to throw to Bo Roberson. He does find Roberson to McGowan. McGowan crosses timeline. Closely guarded by Strom. Out to Bo. Bo plants from the left elbow. Up and good. 66-50. Pioneers up by 16, their largest lead of the night. Strom with the basketball at the top of the key. Strom picks up a screen from Littlehead. Outside. Now driving in. Out is Strom. Strom with a no-look pass down low to Soaring Eagle, and McFadden will foul Strom. No, will foul Soaring Eagle. Marion McFadden whistled with the foul, sending Teal Soaring Eagle 1 for 4 on the season from the charity stripe. First free throw is good. (51-66) after the free throw. Second on its way, and it is right on the money as well. So the freshman out of White Swine, Washington, goes 2 for 2 from the line. B.J. Johnson goes out to Bo Roberson now. Roberson puts it into second gear, drives into the lane, misses his shot, but he missed because he was fouled. Guilty party on that is Trey Gaines. Gaines gets his second personal foul. Trent McGowan will inbound to Johnson, and it's tipped right off the hands of Fighting Indians. So Crowley's Ridge will try it again. Inbound goes to Bo Roberson. Bo plants for 3. Yes, sir. Bo Roberson. His 15th, 16th, and 17th points of the night. As outside goes Trey Gaines for Trey, short. B.J. Johnson with a rebound, 2 away from a debut double-double. Trent McGowan on the near corner, up top to Bo Roberson, who pulls up for another 3. That one's off the mark. And the rebound will go off the hands of Johnson. So Xavier Littlehead will inbound to Trey Gaines. Gaines, 12:34 left to play. Goes to Littlehead on the near wing. Littlehead plants from the left elbow. Good. Xavier Littlehead is now up to 15 points, leading his Fighting Indians. Beautiful move underneath by Marion McFadden, making it 71-54. Littlehead from the volleyball 10-foot line, no good. Bo Roberson gets the rebound. Weaves in and out, blocked by Littlehead. And it's Crowley's Ridge basketball on the other side of the media break. 11:58 left to play. Crowley's Ridge ahead 71-54. We'll take the timeout. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived in Philadelphia. Local time is 3:05 p.m. and the temperature is 67 degrees. At this time, you are now free to use your cellular devices.
You know that feeling when you get to turn your phone on after the plane lands? You can have that feeling every time you drive. Make sure your cell phone is stowed away whenever you are behind the wheel.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
To some, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much, but that's not true. They're testing out vowels and consonants and trying different sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on meaning, especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
This is Key Roberson, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
11:58 left to go in this one. Trying to beat out the incoming winter weather. I have some friends on the western edge of Arkansas and in the Kansas City area posting pictures of the snow. These games were supposed to be at 1-3, moved up to 11-1 to try and allow Haskell some time to, or rather allow both of us to get the game. Haskell spending the night here last night. B.J. Johnson underneath misses the layup, and the rebound comes to find Trey Gaines. Bounce pass. Down low to Jordan. Now Jordan on the near wing. Three-pointer on the way. Nearly scraped the roof, but the Rainmaker making it rain by falling inside the hoop. 71-57 is the score now. McFadden finds McGowan. That is cleanly stolen away by Black Bear. The give and the go. Alley-oop. Huge block from Marion McFadden. Here's Bo Roberson for three. No, back iron. And the rebound comes to Kobe Jordan. Far side is Black Bear. Black Bear lays it up and in. 71-59. J.D. Smith goes out to McGowan. Correction, that's McFadden. McGowan now finds Bo Roberson to a cutting J.D. Smith. He missed his shot because he was fouled. That foul whistled on Brian Strom. That is his third personal foul, rather, and that'll send J.D. Smith and his 84% free throw shooting mark to the charity stripe. First on the way and on the money. Matthew Anderson re-enters to replace Kobe Jordan. J.D. Smith has another upcoming. Key Roberson preparing to enter for the gray and green. And that will rattle its way in. And with that, Trent McGowan will exit as Key Roberson picks up his defensive assignment. Sekakwaptua going down low to Anderson. Out to Sekakwaptua. His long two-pointer is short. And the rebound goes to McFadden. McFadden's pass went right into the hands of a cutting Strom. Strom missed the shot. Taken by B.J. Johnson. Johnson needs one more rebound for a debut double-double. He's still got half of a half to go. Out to J.D. Smith between the circles. Marion McFadden drifts to his left side, and that's stolen by Matthew Anderson. Anderson and Key Roberson, you're not really expecting a pair of forwards, but a beautiful behind-the-back pass from Anderson. Finds its way to Soaring Eagle, who buckets the points. 73-61 is the score now. And that's stolen. Here is Strom underneath. Strom has his shot blocked, but is right there to get the rebound and the putback. It's now a 10-point game. Pioneers, difficult time breaking the press, now do. And Bo Roberson will A hold on as he is fouled by Seka Kwaptua. Freshman Arizonan whistled with the foul. Alex Carter now in for Crowley's Ridge. He'll await the inbound pass from J.D. Smith. Smith tried to get an inbound, finally does. Finds Alex Carter, now to Key. Key Roberson, closely guarded by Anderson. Passes to Bowe. Carter, one-touch pass to Smith. Back to Key, back to Smith. Smith drives in the lane. Tried to get a shot up. It was a great move, but missed the shot. But quickly down the floor come the Fighting Indians. The layup is missed by Strom, and Key Roberson gets the rebound. Alex Carter working his point. Finds J.D. Smith, who will take over the guard duties. Now to Carter on the near wing. To Key Roberson around the horn to Bowe. Bowe calls for motion. Fakes right, goes left, drives into the baseline. Shot is up, no good. Pioneer bench vying for a foul, but instead, here's Soaring Eagle with a pass to Strom. Strom down to Anderson. Anderson posts up, muscles that in. Big fella makes it 73-63. Correction, 73-65. And the shot clock not going. So the referee saying that's going to be on the baseline. Let's make sure that clock's where it needs to be as Littlehead and Gaines re-enter to replace Seka Kwaptua. And I believe that is Strom. J.D. Smith will do the honors underneath the halo. 19 on the shot clock. Quick inbound. Goes to B.J. Johnson. Johnson very closely guarded. Goes up. And there's a foul. The bucket did fall, but I believe the referee indicated that it was before the shot. So a good job there. B.J. Johnson had the bucket, very closely guarded, but the foul was called on the floor before the shot. That one on Ira Blackbear. So Crowley's Ridge will have to try it again. Inbound goes to Key Roberson. Bo Roberson between the circles. Calls for a screen from Johnson. Receives the screen from Johnson. Outside to Carter. Carter to Smith. 5 on the shot clock. Carter to Key. Key Roberson. Fings up a desperation shot and gets it to fall. Not quite the setup shot that Key wanted, but it gives him his 9th and 10th points. And then he'll take the rebound on the other end. Bo Roberson streaming down the sideline on the far side. The bounce pass to J.D. Smith. 7:30 left to play. Crowley's Ridge ahead by 10, 75-65. B.J. Johnson muscles in. 77-65. Black Bear on the far wing. Goes up. I believe B.J. Johnson had a touch on that to get the block. Alex Carter will slow things down, closely guarded by Ira Blackbear. Carter stutter steps, goes across the timeline. Hands off to find Key Roberson, 10 on the shot clock. B.J. Johnson up top to Bo Roberson, 3 on the shot clock. Bo Roberson puts up a shot from the left elbow, no good, rebounded by Anderson. Black Bear at the top of the key, goes out to Gaines, down low to Anderson. Anderson quickly floats it up, no good, rebounded by Carter. Alex Carter goes to his right side to Key Roberson. Out to J.D. Smith to Bo. Bo on the far wing to Carter. Carter plants and shoots, no good, rebounded by Smith, tried to get the putback, that's no good. And Key Roberson with the rebound at the top of the key. And having some more shot clock issues. And so that'll bring us to a media timeout, making sure that there's 18 on the shot clock. That's a media break. So with 6:05 left to play, Crowley's Ridge leads at 77-65. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
This is Mario McFadden, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
"14 minutes gone here in the second half of play. Well, 13:55 to be exact. 6:05 left to play. It'll be Crowley's Ridge basketball on their half of the floor. Big story of the night, B.J. Johnson, 1 rebound away from a debut double-double. Currently sitting at 15 points. There's Bo Roberson to get points. 79-65 is the score now. It's Bo Roberson up to 19 points. That will roll out of bounds. Last touch by Crowley's Ridge. Marion McFadden will re-enter for Crowley's Ridge. As Kobe Jordan will re-enter for Haskell. It's Kobe Jordan, Matthew Alexander, Xavier Littlehead, Trey Gaines, and Ira Blackbear for Haskell. Crowley's Ridge has Bowen Key Roberson, J.D. Smith, B.J. Johnson, and Marion McFadden. A foul is called on, I believe that is Bo Roberson. So Bo will be whistled with a first foul. Well, his first foul. 4th on the Pioneers in this half. Going to Littlehead. The Littlehead between the circles, but don't put it past him. He will shoot that, and he will make that. Top of the key, now to Gaines. Gaines makes the man bite. Driving into the lane. That is up. That is a charge. That was in the bucket, but instead, it's going to go the other way after Trey Gaines gets called with his 3rd foul. Bit of a late call. I believe our referees were having an internal debate over whether or not that was a blocking foul or a charge. But it is indeed a charge. Man-to-man full court pressure put on by Haskell. McFadden. Hands off to Smith. Smith quickly works his way down the floor. Euro stepping into the lane. He misses his shot, but he'll go to the line shooting 2 after being fouled. Getting the foul is Anderson, his 2nd foul for the big man. Out of Missoula, Montana, the Blackfeet and Cree native. J.D. Smith's first free throw, good. Crowley's Ridge up to 80 now. 15-point lead for the home team. Make it 16. 5.5 left to play. Black Bear with the ball. Guarded by Johnson, going outside. Now to Littlehead. Littlehead calling for motion. Goes to Anderson. Anderson spinning around, closely guarded by B.J. Johnson, and traveling is Anderson. Anderson tried to draw the foul from B.J. Johnson. Instead, he will be whistled with the turnover. Bo Roberson's going to inbound for Crowley's Ridge. Full court press. J.D. Smith with the ball. Finds McFadden. McFadden crosses the midcourt line with a great step inside, missed the shot, and the rebound goes to Key Roberson. Out to McFadden. McFadden head fakes the three, goes to Smith. Smith with a bounce pass to Bo Roberson. Bo Roberson calling for a screen from Johnson. Gets the screen from Johnson, goes to the right side, and the pass to Key is headed into the Crowley's Ridge locker room, which is not within the field of play. Quickly down the floor come the Fighting Indians. Here's Trey Gaines going to Sekakwaptua in now. Gaines up top, back to Littlehead. Littlehead thought about a three. Instead, he goes to Sekakwaptua, whose three-pointer's on the way. Off the window, no good. J.D. Smith with the board. Smith to McFadden. McFadden goes between the circles, almost lost control of that pass, did lose control of that pass. And a quick timeout as J.D. Smith. Good to see Trey Gaines helping J.D. Smith up out of that. And a timeout called by J.D. Smith to maintain possession for Crowley's Ridge. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with him. 4:05 left to go. Crowley's Ridge ahead, 81-65.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
This is J.D. Smith. You listen to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
That same J.D. Smith inbounds to Key Roberson, who gives it right back to Smith, who lays it in. Great move underneath by J.D. Smith, making it 83-65 as Smith picks up his 19th point of the night. Littlehead for a long three-pointer, splashes that home. Man, Xavier Littlehead just shoots the lights out from anywhere on the floor. All of his three-pointers have been well beyond the three-point arc. Don't want to face him in one of them half-court shooting competitions, as he shoots from half court during a game. And then a foul underneath. Is that going to be on Littlehead? It could be one of two players, and it is indeed on Xavier Littlehead as he gets his first foul. Littlehead comes into the game leading his team in scoring, rebounding, and blocking, and three-point shooting. So B.J. Johnson's first free throw hits the back iron. Sekakwaptua will exit for the purple and gold. He is replaced by Brian Strom. Crowley's Ridge has a pair of 60-second timeouts left. Haskell has a pair of 30-second timeouts and a 60, as that is good from B.J. Johnson, making it 84-68. Littlehead underneath and draws the foul. So Marion McFadden called for his third foul of the night. Putting Xavier Littlehead to the charity stripe. Littlehead, a 59.1% free throw shooter. As one of our officials wipes up the perspiration down underneath the hoop. So Littlehead will have a couple of free throws on his way as his Haskell Fighting Indians trail at 84-68. Make it 84-69 after hitting the first of two. One more to come for the senior out of Lame Deer, Montana. Northern Cheyenne and Navajo tribes misses the second. J.D. Smith going out to Bo Roberson across the timeline. And that is stolen away by Haskell. The layup is good from Black Bear. 84-71. Haskell not content to go away quietly. Beautiful play by Ira Blackbear. Gets the steal, and as he was falling out of bounds, threw it back to Strom. But Strom missed the layup, and it's Crowley's Ridge ball. And I believe we're having more shot clock issues. So stopping play gives the ball, stays with Crowley's Ridge. Here is J.D. Smith, the bounce pass to Key Roberson, handing off to Marion McFadden. McFadden floating it down to Roberson. Bo Roberson plants and shoots, no good. B.J. Johnson, double-double. 16 points, that is 10 rebounds, and so in his first collegiate game, B.J. Johnson, the Marion Arkansan, with a double-double. And dribbling on the baseline is J.D. Smith, and Coach Perkins, slow it down. Slow it down. 2:23 left to play. Pioneers ahead, 84-71. No look pass down to Kobe Jordan. Beautiful play underneath, and then Coach Haskell's Coach Downing wants to take his second timeout. So both coaches with a pair in their pockets. 2:15 left to play. Pioneers up 84-73. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
I want to get back to kissing the cheeks of my grandbabies, making Sunday dinner with a house full of family and lots of laughs.
COVID-19 has changed how we live and how we feel. But now, there are vaccines. And they are the very first step that let us get back to what we miss most. It's okay to have questions.
Is it safe?
Should I wait? Now, get the facts. Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
This is Key Roberson, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And Haskell disrupts the inbound play, knocking it out of bounds. Crowley's Ridge fighting against the full court press put on by the tourists out of Lawrence, Kansas. Inbound finds McFadden. McFadden lost control of it. It's taken by Strom. Strom blocked from behind by McFadden, but taken back by the Fighting Indians. Littlehead head fakes the three, going outside, finding Gaines. Gaines' three-pointer is short. There to box out is Bo Roberson. Bo Roberson floats down to J.D. Smith. Smith lays it up and one. J.D. Smith earning all of those points up to 21, and he will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play as Ira Blackbear called for his third personal foul. Kobe Jordan will head to the bench for a breather to be replaced by Matthew Anderson. J.D. Smith's free throw is good. (87-73), and we will have a travel underneath. (87-73) is the score. Crowley's Ridge leading. 98 seconds to go. Marion McFadden inbounds to Bo Roberson. Roberson, all kinds of double team. And the pass goes to Marion McFadden as he lands out of bounds. So it's Haskell ball. The inbound goes to Gaines, now to Littlehead. Littlehead driving into the paint, puts up a floater, and Littlehead will commit the charge. Getting his second personal foul. Good job by B.J. Johnson to draw the charge. What a way to start your career. 11 rebounds, 16 points for the forward out of Marion. And we'll have another perspiration break. Marion McFadden will ready to inbound for Crowley's Ridge. 1 minute and 28 seconds left to play. Crowley's Ridge, 2 fouls to give before getting into the bonus. Haskell already putting Crowley's Ridge in the double bonus. So any defensive foul by the Fighting Indians will lead to a pair of Crowley's Ridge free throws. The inbound finds J.D. Smith. Smith goes to McFadden. McFadden heaves it down to B.J. Johnson. Johnson with a step inside and goes to Key Roberson. So Key Roberson puts it up to 89-73. Three-pointer from Littlehead, no good. Rebounded by Jordan. Pulling back is a three-pointer from Strom, and that is good. And that will, believe that's going to get a timeout called by Coach Downing. And so we'll take it with him with 1:03 left to play. Crowley's Ridge ahead, 89-76. This is Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
please be done.
Over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Head coach Chris Perkins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
J.D. Smith's going to inbound for the Pioneers. Hands it off into the red basket of Bo Roberson. J.D. Smith to Johnson. Now to Bo Roberson. Out to Key. Back to Bo. To Key. And that's going to be dribbled on the sideline. Coach Perkins furious with his team for giving a turnover like that in the final minute of play. On the near wing is Littlehead. His three-pointer, no good. J.D. Smith gets the rebound, and Smith will be fouled. A foul called on Brian Strom. Strom, the freshman of the Yakima and Quinault tribes. Called for his 4th personal foul to send J.D. Smith back to the free throw line. 89-76 is the Crowley's Ridge lead. Free throw from Smith is up and good. J.D. Smith, a team high 23 points. As the second free throw is off the mark. Littlehead weaves his way in and out of traffic. Finds Black Bear. Off to the right side to Strom. Strom to the left side. Now to Gaines. Trey Gaines moves to the right side. Now back into the paint. Down low. Shot is up and no good from Strom. And Bo Roberson takes the rebound. And with the shot clock turned off, Roberson wants to let the clock melt off. He saw that Strom was coming to steal that away. And with Trey Gaines still closely guarding him, Roberson's going to watch as the final 3 seconds tick off the clock. And that will be your ball game. Crowley's Ridge College picks up their 3rd win of the season, taking home a 90-76 victory over the Haskell Indian Nations University Fighting Indians. Pick up their 1st league win. We're going to take a short pause. On the other side, give you halftime or post-game stats and analysis. Crowley's Ridge, telling of the final score, wins by a final score of 90-76. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
This is head coach Chris Perkins, and you're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back for the final time to the Carter Activity Center. Crowley's Ridge College victorious over conference foe Haskell Indian Nations by a final score of 90-76. Crowley's Ridge improves to 3-15 on the year, 1-1 in league play. Haskell down to 3-11, 2-2 in Continental Athletic Conference play. The Pioneers over 50% shooting on the game, 54.4%, making 37 of an attempted 68. Haskell 30 of 67 for 44%. From long range, Crowley's Ridge 7 of 17, Haskell 8 of 24. From the charity stripe, Crowley's Ridge 69.2%, making 9 of 13, Haskell 80%. Turnovers, Crowley's Ridge gave the ball away 22 times. That led to 17 Haskell points. 15 turnovers for the Fighting Indians to 16 Crowley's Ridge points. Crowley's Ridge way out-rebounding the Fighting Indians, 40-27. Nearly doubling up the Fighting Indians, including 11 offensive boards, 24 assists for the guests, 25 for the home team. 5 blocks for Crowley's Ridge, all in the second half, 4 for Haskell, all in the first half. 15 steals for Haskell, 6 for Crowley's Ridge. So the big differences are the steals. Haskell with 15, Crowley's Ridge with 6. And then the rebounds, Crowley's Ridge 40, Haskell 27. Individually, Xavier Littlehead led the Fighting Indians with 19 points and 5 rebounds. Ira Blackbear followed with 13. Camden Sekakwapata had 12 points and 3 rebounds. Matthew Anderson also with 10 points. All of the Fighting Indians ending their night in the scorer's book. Brian Strom had 7 points, as did Kobe Jordan. Trey Gaines ended his night 2 for 2 from the charity stripe and 2 for field goals, making it 6 points. And Teal Soaring Eagle had 2 points, both of them from the free throw line. Leading rebounders for Xavier Littlehead and Trey Gaines with 5 each. Story for Crowley's Ridge. He didn't have the most points, but he did have a debut double-double. B.J. Johnson, 16 points, 11 rebounds in his first collegiate game, including an assist. But J.D. Smith led the way offensively, 23 points for the freshman out of North Little Rock, 3 rebounds. Bo Roberson followed closely, a rebound away from a twofer. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Key Roberson led the assisting with 6 assists and 12 points, 8 rebounds. So 4 Pioneers in double digits. J.D. Smith with 23. Bo Roberson with 19. B.J. Johnson 16. Key Roberson with 12. Marion McFadden and Isaiah Ellenberg both ended their nights with 8. Solomon Bone and Alex Carter had 2 points, and the only player to play today without buckets was Trent McGowan. Leading rebounder for the Pioneers was B.J. Johnson. Pioneers will hit the road now. On their way, they will take on Arkansas Baptist will be their next contest. If I could find my men's basketball scoring sheet, I can let you know more about those upcoming games. I keep pulling up my women. Let's see, that is a women's stat as well. If I can pull up, I'll let you know about our upcoming games here at Crowley's Ridge. I know that we will be on the road for a while. The next game being next Thursday at Arkansas Baptist. Whew, finally found it. We'll be at Arkansas Baptist on January 20th at 6 p.m., then going on a trip to Bacone and Florida College and Florida National. Florida College and Florida National both being played in Temple Terrace in Florida before hosting Arkansas Baptist on February 4th. So our next broadcast for both teams will be February 4th, with both teams hosting Arkansas Baptist, and so it'll be a while before we see each other again, or till y'all hear me again, unless y'all come to South Thornton in Piggott. You'll hear me there. But we thank you for joining us tonight. We wish our friends from Haskell safe journeys back to Lawrence, hoping to get out of this snowstorm on its way. We hope that y'all stay safe until we see you again. Good night.